Alright guys, so you wanted a class setup video and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with Hardpoint classes, I'm going to start off and then CTF classes, and I'm going to finish with my search classes. So my first class is M8 class. It varies. On every map but Raid, my start off class, if I do decide to use an AR, is an M8 with FMJ, red dot, and stock. So you need stock if you use an assault rifle in this game. Because if you've played Black Ops 2, you know without stock you're just going to get destroyed. So, yeah. I have a stun and a Semtex. I like to use the Semtex and the stun. You know, the stun just to check where people are. Even if they have tac mask, it's just a way of finding out where people are in that area. And then I'll nade them. FMJ, I'm not sure if it's like statistically proven that FMJ does more damage to your gun, but people die a lot quicker when I use it. And you can shoot through almost any wall in this game. Walls are like paper, and with FMJ, you'll just shred someone. But the only thing I'll change is if I do play on Raid, my mid start off I have extreme conditioning, dexterity so the gun comes up quick, because without quick draw your gun comes up even slower. So dexterity is a must. I never really am in a situation where I'm going to get naded with my assault rifle. I try not to put myself in one of those. So I don't use flak jacket. And with flak jacket, your strafe is a lot slower. And yeah, just if you have lightweight, your strafe is like a lot better, and you'll move side to side a lot more quicker. So that's why I use lightweight instead of flak jacket. Anchors will probably use flak jacket because you'll get naded. They'll probably use tac mask. You know, some maybe use hardwire. I watched Clay today. He used hardwire. I think it was Clay. No, it was Dito. Dito. I just played him. He used hardwire. So my first two classes, don't mind the names because the names aren't really relevant at all. Because I don't use an AN94, and that's not my M8 class, obviously. So this class, my class with flak jacket is solely based on the fact that Gfinity rules, UMG rules, turrets are not allowed. So you need a flak jacket class because 99% of the time people are going to use war machines. A war machine is a grenade launcher. If you don't have flak jacket, it one hits you, and it is a pain in the ass. And it's a lot better than a stealth chopper. So that is why I have flak jacket and on both of these classes. My other class, so if they have a war machine and I need to break a hill, this is the class I use. If they don't have a war machine and I need to break a hill, this is the class I use. I'll use a stun and a Semtex. The stun obviously is to stun people. If I know the team uses hardwire or uses tac mask a lot, I'll pull out hardwire instead of a stun grenade, and I'll use that. The Semtex really just hurt them or block off a path. So that is why I have these two classes. These are my breaking hill classes: my flak jacket, lightweight, toughness, dexterity, stun, nade, and then tac mask, dexterity, lightweight, toughness, semtex, stun. These are my two breaking hill classes. These two classes I haven't really started using until recently. I used them a lot at the beginning of the game, and then I kind of stopped, but now I'm using it more. These are my roaming classes. So if I'm going to try roaming, I mean, you know, everyone roams, but I mean, I'm really good at it. So, you know, when we're set up and we don't need to break a hill, I pull out these classes. This class, just like before, is specifically for teams who have war machines. So if we're playing in a Gfinity or UMG rule set, I use this class. And if they don't have a war machine yet, so like my start off or my like before they get streaks class will probably be this one, because I don't want to get stunned. I don't want to get EMP'd. I'm not too worried about grenades because, you know, my teammates use trophies, and grenades, you can dodge them. Not always, obviously, so I do die sometimes. But that is why my classes are like this. They're really similar, but they're really simple at the same time, and they're really effective. The only thing I would change, to be honest, though, is the tacticals for my two break and heal classes. Like I said, if I know they use tac mask, I'm gonna use EMPs instead. Um, but if it's MLG rules, my classes are probably a bit different, and they they'd probably be double EMPs instead of two Semtexes or a Semtex and a stun because um, turrets are a pain in the ass, and usually people use lots of trophies. So I use one EMP to destroy the trophies, one EMP to destroy the turret. And MSMC, long barrel quick draw. If you're new, you need long barrel, you need quick draw, because if you're running around, you kind of have to do that. Um, so yeah. Now for my capture the flag classes. Actually, my capture the flag classes, guys. They are the same thing. The only thing that's different here, I'll make them for you guys actually. So I keep this. My AR class is the same. A stun and a Semtex. But on my subclasses, I change it to an EMP. And I will explain in a second why. So the reason I have an EMP class instead of stuns is because in CTF, I mean, when you play, there's this thing called overextending. So say we push up, we kill 3 people, maybe 4 people, and we're on the right side of the map. I mean, they could get, for example, on slums. If we push up to the garage really far into their base to pull their flag, they will get a very far blue spawn. Lots of people will just run right from blue and run right to the like my team's flag. That's called overextending. So there's overextending and then there's going back to your flag. So for people to overextend, you don't know where they're going to be in your base. So I use EMPs because EMPs affect a wide area and they will show you where the enemy is. And 99% of the time, people don't use hardwire in CTF. So that's why I use EMPs. It allows me to check my base, check my back, and that will tell me if I can push up without going that way, or if I need to go back and wait and find the guy that I got a hit marker on. So, I mean, that's pretty much why I use my CTF classes. I don't really use the bottom two that much because not many people use EMPs in capture the flag. So really, my breakoff class, I use this, my M8, because I like to keep my distance on the overextender. Usually that's where I watch a place where someone can overextend. And the stun and nade helps me, hurts them, it finds them, and the M8 just gives me the distance. Because usually it's a sub player, or it's another AR player, and I'll just hopefully outgun them. So now my search and destroy classes. They vary. They're have a lot, and I'll describe it best I can. So this class right here, I don't really like to use Dead Silence, but you know what? This is probably my most common class. Dexterity Extreme, Lightweight, Toughness, a stun grenade, a pistol, and a sniper rifle. The ballistic CPU is not really a priority, but I mean, it's pretty good. So this is the class that I use if I want to pick someone off. If I want to get to a spot like a lot faster than them, I'll use this class, and 99% of the time I'll get a kill if they go where I expect them to be. Um, so I said that was like my main class. That used to be my main class, really. Now my main class is this. I use Dead Silence, Dexterity because people sound whore a lot. Sound whoring, if you don't know, you use these things, your Astros, and you hear footsteps. So if you don't have Dead Silence, your feet are really loud and you sound like a freaking ape running around. Um, I got quick draw, long barrel. That's needed on a sub. I can't play without it. And then I got my sniper rifle. I'm really good with that, and I just keep my distance with it, and I try picking people off. That's really what I do. The sub is just for when people get too close to me. I pull that out, or if I need to break a bomb site and it's a close range one, I'll pull out my SMG. This is my AR class. If I'm not doing well with the sniper, if I'm not getting picks, and I just need to slow it down and just, push up to a mid spot and hold it and still have a really strong gun, I use the M8 with FMJ. FMJ in search is really well. Shoot through bombs, shoot through walls, It's really good. I got dexterity and dead silence. The reason I use dexterity is because I hate how slow it takes to pull up your gun if you don't have quick draw. I use lightweight. That's kind of risky. But I usually put myself in positions where, like I said, I don't get naded or I have teammates who use trophies. So, I kind of rely on them a lot, and it works. Um, this class, that's for a tournament that has MMS, so we'll forget about that. And my last class is pretty much the same as class number 2, except instead of dexterity and no attachment on my sniper, I take away dexterity, I put on a thermal, and I put on dead silence, and then I also get a tactical. So this is for certain maps, mainly the map standoff, or if teams start spamming smokes. This is the class I pull out. The dexterity is not really needed a whole lot for me when I have this class because I do have quick draw. So that's why I use that. But you won't see me using this class a whole lot, just a tiny bit. Class number 2 is my main search class. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If there's anything I didn't explain that you think I should or you want me to, or if I left something unclear, comment about it. I'll answer. I usually read all my comments and I reply. You guys see me replying. So yeah, like I said before in my other video, if you want anything else new, give me some ideas. I'll make videos and I'll do whatever you guys want. So you know what? Have